Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. My good friend and nephew Shashwat Swaminathan is here from his university. He's on a short break. I thought we would use this opportunity to have a quick chat. Yesterday we talked about Jerome Powell, and today he has come up with another topic for us to discuss. What topic do you have for us, Shashwat?
The European energy crisis.
Okay, what is this European energy crisis?
So the European energy crisis basically stems from the conflict between Ukraine and Russia.
Okay,
Russia supplies piped gas to Europe,
okay.
and the only way Europeans get through the European winter
Hmm.
is through this piped gas.
Now we are
Because
on the winter is upon us.
yeah, but the winter isn't as bad as they expected. So the storage, the European Union mandated this thing was 80% of the tank has to be full or something like that. They already met that requirement. I think 95% of energy tanks all across Europe
Are full.
are full because they've had a benign winter this time.
Okay,
But the point being that the war isn't going to end anytime soon. And
Russia has stopped supplying gas.
yes, and I think there's only one last pipe stream which is still going into Europe. So the problem hasn't ended basically. Yes, you've gotten more time,
Hmm.
but the problem hasn't ended, and the cost of energy has gone up a lot.
Hmm.
So, but even then, 70% of European households so far are saying that they feel comfortable right now in terms of their finances and expenses.
Yeah, but the British are not feeling that.
Yeah,
The British are saying that they are finding gas prices unbearable,
yeah,
and there are stories in the internet where old people are saying they are turning off the gas, turning off the heating,
yeah,
and sitting inside with coats and sweaters in the winter. So there is a human element to it,
yeah.
and Russia wants to teach Europe a lesson
Lesson.
by controlling gas prices,
Yeah,
and it is high time. I thought Germany was foolish to depend on Russian gas and turn off the nuclear power. I thought, yeah, nuclear power was more cleaner and safer than this
yeah,
arrangement
yeah,
where Putin, you have given the revolver to the Russian and he's put it on your
yeah,
temple
yeah,
and he's not on your temple on this, then
yeah, yeah. The
he's
head.
asking on the head and he's asking you to play Russian roulette.
Yeah.
So the Europeans are in for a very difficult time.
The I think one of the sad things about the situation is that you have the better off countries such as Denmark with its borrowing to GDP ratio being underneath the 60. I mean, before it was a 60% limit cap which the EU had set. Now then they removed it during COVID. But Denmark is well below that, or it's right above that, or something around that, 68
Norway
percent
is fuel independent.
So, but the problem being that not every country is as well off as Denmark. Denmark can afford to spend and subsidize fuel costs, but you have Italy, which is not doing so great.
But does Italy? I do not know. Whenever I've been to Italy, it's been hot and sunny. Does Italy have very cold winters?
Most of mainland Europe has really cold winters.
Okay.
So, but even regardless of that, their energy prices are still elevated regardless of
Yes,
whether it's
I do two, three things.
yeah,
I think this problem is not going away in 2023.
yeah,
I don't think Putin is going to end
back
the
off anytime
back
soon.
off. I don't think NATO is going to back off.
Yeah,
They are going to keep arming Ukraine.
yeah. Biden requested for an approval
Yeah,
of extra spending, right? Yeah,
yes, and it will get done.
yeah,
So they are going to keep arming the Ukrainians,
yeah.
and the Ukrainians have scored some wins.
Yeah, they're currently winning. Yes.
Yeah, and pushed Russia to a point.
Yeah.
But there will come a point where even they will get stuck as they keep pushing them out.
Losing momentum.
It's very difficult to push out an entrenched enemy beyond a point.
Yeah.
And especially when he decides not to attack and take
Positions.
defensive positions.
Yeah.
But I don't see the war ending in any time soon. But it looks like how Putin will take it is something which is worrisome.
Yeah.
Because Putin said in 10 days he will roll over Ukraine, which he has not.
Yeah.
Ukraine has managed a fight back,
Yeah.
and it looks like Russia is losing the war.
Yes.
And how the people of Russia
Are going to deal with that.
are deal with this is $1 million question,
Yeah.
because he is forced. There is forced conscription,
Yes.
and even middle-aged men are being forced to fight.
Correct.
So Russia is obviously lost much more people than it budgeted for,
Yeah.
which means that more people will be conscripted. I was recently in Dubai. A lot of Russians have rushed to Dubai
To escape
to
conscription.
escape conscription. The well-off have gone to London and other places.
Yeah.
Some of them are in Georgia and other republics,
Poland.
Poland and all that. So the Russians don't want to fight the war. They may sound patriotic, they may support Putin,
Yeah.
but they don't want to fight this war.
Yeah.
So how the end to this is, like in the previous two episodes, whether it was Napoleon or whether it was Hitler,
Yeah.
it had to be Napoleon had to admit defeat and go to Saint Helena, and Hitler had to be put to and close
Yeah.
in his bunker. Same way, how do you deal with Putin?
Putin. Yeah.
You cannot, if you think that you can stop the war at a point and allow Putin to,
Rest.
allow Putin will listen to you
Yeah.
and not attack, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He did what he did in the first Russian republics, Chechnya,
Yeah.
and then how he treated
Crimea.
Crimea. So he is not going to back down,
Yeah.
and the West cannot
Back down either.
back down either, because then they will appear weak.
Correct.
They have already backed down enough. They have bent over and asked him to crawl.
Yeah.
But in spite of that, he has been too offensive. So, and there is a commitment that they will take Ukraine into the NATO.
Yeah.
So this is not going to end well. The only time this energy crisis is going to get solved is when Putin is removed from
Power.
power in USSR, but he seems to be very popular there.
Yeah.
So I do not know what is going to happen. And I also do not know how this price cap is going to play out.
Yeah.
The price cap where they are saying be more than $60 he cannot sell,
Exactly. Yeah.
how that will play, whether he'll supply to people in India at $60 and make some adjustments.
And even between Europe and USA, there's a problem because USA in trying to get its own energy prices lowered, and with its interest rate being jacked up, it's creating an unintended consequence where it's screwing over Europe.
Yeah, but US is in a different position.
Yeah.
It doesn't need food. It makes its own food.
Yeah.
It makes its own fuel. So US is not dependent on
Europe.
Europe or any country for fuel or food.
Yeah.
Whereas continental Europe needs to import food
Yeah.
and needs to
fuel.
import crude.
Yeah.
And this war will be decided by crude.
Right.
And if the Chinese economy recovers
Yeah.
and demand comes to normalcy, then you will have crude hitting $110. That will put enormous pressure on everybody. India's crude demand has shot up. In the last month, our diesel price consumption went up by 12%. Our petrol consumption went up by 26%.
Yeah.
That means we need to import more crude. That means we need to pay more dollars, which means we need to export more,
Yeah.
but we are not in a position to export.
Good more. Yeah.
So this is a quandary, a conundrum. And Saudi Arabia would like the prices of crude to go up further.
Right.
So how this will affect Europe? Europe's EU's inflation fell from 10 to slightly less than 10, but 2% is a long way off.
Yeah.
That's the target.
And
So this energy crisis is not ending soon. That's what I'm trying to tell
yeah,
you.
it's not ending soon. And just because they had a benign winter doesn't mean that it's going to repeat
No,
next year.
yeah, but winter is not yet over.
Yeah, it's not. So far, so good is what they're saying.
So far, so good. But then another 2.5 months of winter is left.
Yes,
So-
and another year is coming, and the war doesn't seem to
To
be
be
ending.
ending.
Yeah,
And I think if the Chinese economy opens, crude will go through the roof.
and they're trying to phase out the zero COVID policy now, and they're trying to.
I do not know whether the protests will force Xi Jinping
Yeah,
to take a different and more benign look towards his COVID policy.
right.
So a lot of things can go wrong, a lot of things can go right. We don't know what will happen. I am at one. I am not sure what will happen. I know for sure dollar has reached its peak,
Yeah,
but whether dollar will fall from here is
will
something
plateau.
which I don't know.
Yeah,
But I think the 2023 is going to be an extremely difficult year for equity investors
yeah.
and also a difficult year for investing in general.
Why do you think so? Is it because of the unpredictability or just because we'll see
There are
prices
too
crash?
many unknown factors,
Variables, yeah,
variables, and the Fed does not. One is raising rates.
correct.
The other thing is Fed is not removing money at the rate at which it promised.
Yeah,
They said they will keep increasing it by $10 billion every year,
yeah,
every month, as they stop buying bonds.
yeah.
That is, they will allow bonds to expire. But I don't think if they go by their timetable, how much they should have reduced their balance sheet, they have not reduced it. They have reduced it far less than that.
Yeah.
So there looks to be enormous liquidity sloshing around in the market. This
So
I'm talking from the viewpoint
an investor.
of from an investor.
Yeah.
But at the margins, there has been tightening because startups are finding it very difficult to raise money.
Right.
So where it will end, I don't know. But it looks tough.
But what about the Indian investor?
The Indian investor, the markets are highly overvalued,
Right.
except for banks. All profits came down in the last quarter. With rising interest rates,
Yeah.
even profits of banks will come down. This is what I believe.
With rising interest rates.
Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's all I
That's
have
about
here.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Biraj. If you like this content, hit the like button of our channel. Turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for Biraj. In the first week of December, between 8th and 12th of December, I plan to be in Muscat in the Sultanate of Oman. Those who would like to see me in Oman can get in touch with my team. There's a WhatsApp number given below and there's an email ID also given below. So those desirous of getting in touch with me at the Sultanate of Oman, especially in the city of Muscat from 8th to 12th of December, can definitely contact me there. I hope to see you all in Oman soon. Thank you for watching. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.